Well, I did a very bad thing in the last couple days. I got up in the middle of the night and went on Amazon and started buying tarot decks. I think I bought 4. Or did I buy 5? I'm not quite sure. Not all of them have come in yet, so I'll know when they arrive. I was looking at decks that were inexpensive. Most of them I think were under $20, and I needed to get a deck. I just needed to get one, so I got this one. This is a Tarot in Wonderland. Barbara Moore. She does a lot of tarot decks, illustrated by Eugene Smith. So I got this deck, and there are other Alice decks, and some of them are very sort of coveted. You know, they get out of print, they come back in print. This one is available. It's from well, it's from somewhere. Llewellyn. So it comes in this beautiful box. Whoopsie. Let's see if we're still in. Okay, we're still doing good. It comes in a beautiful box. It's the magnetic closure. And I want to show you this book. Oh my. Oh my. Look at this book. I mean, seriously. Look at this book. How gorgeous. 3 of Swords. What is not to love about that image? Love this image. Then the 10 of Swords. I did go through the deck just to look at them. I'll go through it again. The 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords. There's pieces here, but there you don't see a dead body. And then there's this brick wall, and then there's the sun rising. It's really wonderful. You know, purples and blues and all these rich colors. This is, what is this one? Oh, let's see. I don't know. A Minor Arcana. This is I think the Queen of Wands. No, the Queen of Wands. Oh, I'll find out. So it's just beautiful, beautiful book, which I do plan on read. I'll be reading it this week. So I didn't read it yet. So there's notes. Oh my. So how many pages is this little number? 348 pages. Get out of town. Maybe we'll look up one card in this as we go through the deck. So this is just a deck walkthrough to show you what you get. So here's the inside. It comes with the cards in here, the books on top. Nice packaging. Heavy, heavy, heavy box. Beautiful, just beautiful. The other thing that attracts me is just the colors, all the jewel tones. I love jewel tones. That's what this is all about, the jewel tones. Anyways, so we'll put this aside, and we'll look up a couple of the meaning of a couple of the cards. So this is just a walkthrough of this deck. Now here's a Fool, and what we have here is a young lady, who I assume is Alice, and a kitty cat, and she's jumping for joy, and very much the Fool spirit. Carefree child innocence. The Magician. I think it's the caterpillar, and there's mushrooms. Oh, and the colors, they're borderless, which is great. The backs they have Alice, and then they have the rabbit on the other side. So they're not reversible, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. The High Priestess. So she's like consulting the High Priestess, and you still have the columns, the pomegranates. I just think this is a fantastic deck. The Empress. It's almost like Alice with her grandmother in some ways. And then there's little kitties and the sun and a lot of fertile gardens. And it's interesting, she has a shoe missing here. one foot is on the ground, one foot is not on the ground. Maybe that's that could be significant. The thing about what I've realized about cards now that I'm reading cards somewhat intuitively, all these little details can inspire you, can spark your intuition. So I really like that idea of all these little things that are going on. The colors are I just love these colors. The Emperor, surrounded by all his minions, and everyone looks happy and supportive and successful. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the cat, the Cheshire Cat, which I love. I love that. So we see Alice in a lot of these. I think we see them in all. Maybe she's in all of them. The Lovers. It's Jack Sprat and his wife, maybe? I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if it's another fairy tale or not. But, she's pointing up for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. There's a heart in there. Just a lot of little details that are quite charming. The Chariot. Strength. How beautiful is that? So yes, Alice is in all the major arcanas. The Hermit. That's unusual for a hermit. I'm surprised it's like this. This is a little different, but he's still going into the woods. He seems to be going into the not darkness, but into the woods. And she's waving him goodbye, I think. But I'm not sure he's on a horse. That's interesting. You think he'd be on a, walking into the woods or something. I love this fortune card. This is very Alice, very Wonderlandy. The cards flying, them running around the circle. There's the dimension of the clock. This is very, the 3D dimension. Justice. I had to look at this one. I don't see the scales. She's a serious judge here. She's got the sword, of course, but she's pointing at the reader or the querent, sort of accusingly. And there's proclamations here. That's a little different for a justice card. Hangman. I mean, this is fabulous. He's having tea and toast. He's hanging. Love it. This is the Death card. 13. Again, it's very evocative without the, the historical scythe and skeleton. But still, it's a transformation. It's the dark before the light, the darkness before the light. It's a transformation. Could be a transformation. Temperance. She's holding two rocks, or no, she's holding two rocks, or two rocks I think she's holding. Not the water. The Devil. The Devil, I'm not sure how much this reminds me of the Devil, but it's, for me it could be overeating, kind of a addiction. And they're kind of they kind of broke a few things around here. The Tower. Again, you don't see the tower itself, but you see a lot of the things are flying. The chair's over there. Again, there's a lot of little details. The stars, that's beautiful. That's good. The moon. There's all these little creatures here. I'm not sure what these little creatures are. Well, you got the wolves there. The sun. Sunflowers and Alice, and those are I don't know, they're probably the queen of some kind of queens of suits of some kind. Judgment. Adorable. Now, so is this a child's deck? Well, it could be. I mean, like a young teen maybe, or a teenager deck. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I would use this. I'm going to use this deck. I think it's great. I'm gonna try to. I mean, I'm going to use it, at least for myself. The world. I think it depends on your outlook. You know, if you're kind of a positive person, I think you'd kind of like this. If you're sort of a, a Debbie Downer, you might not like this. On the other hand, maybe you would like this because it's a little different. I mean, you look at this and you look at the Toth, and it's like, wow, is this? These are tarot cards? They're so different. Ace of Wands. Nice. It's the Ace of Wands, but here's the candle with the flame. It's the detail. I think, Barbara Moore has done so many decks that, she knows what she knows what she wants in a deck. Very similar. It's very Rider-Waite. The checkerboard. Three of Wands. He's not, neither of them are holding the circle. They're just looking out. He's holding a stopwatch. Like the wind blowing, you can see the ribbons on the staffs blowing in one direction. So it's movement. The Four of Wands is celebration. So it's a lot of kitty cats, which is good. I like it. Five of Wands, traditional. Six of Wands, another celebration. Seven of Wands. That's a great card. I like that. Eight of Wands. This is probably my least favorite card. This seems like they could have done more with that. Nine of Wands. Standing firm. Ah, now what is not to love about that? This Ten of Wands. So there's a lot of animals in the deck. If you're not an animal lover, you may not like this deck. Page of Wands. It's got some farmers, or what do you call those? Overalls. Kind of funny. The Knight of Wands. A lion on a horse. Interesting. Queen of Wands. Queen looks kind of serious. Cat. The King of Wands is balancing something on his nose. It's a snake or something? I don't know, or a lizard. He has his crown off his head. He's a fun guy to have around. Cups. Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Three of Cups. She seems to have these two, I think they're the queens in Alice in Wonderland, the red and the white maybe. The Four of Cups. The Five of Cups. I love this Five of Cups. How she's reaching, and there's two full cups here. Very nice. The Six of Cups. Beautiful. We have an elephant on wings over here. These almost look like desserts. The Seven of Cups. The Eight of Cups as she goes off. A little piggy there. The Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Cups. Cups. The Knight of Cups. This is unusual because I did notice with the court cards, there's water, but there's no water in this one. That's surprising. The Queen of Cups with water, and the King of Cups. There's a lot of water. He's on a roiling water. He's got his cups and he's got his cards and he's floating around. Okay, here we are. Sword suit. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords. Very Rider Waite. Which way to go? A decision to be made. It's dark. You're confused. You're not sure which way to go. It's in the dark. And Three of Swords. Let's read that one. We all know the Three of Swords, but let's just read that. Three of Swords. Through the looking glass. Throughout Alice's adventure, she learns many things that shake her sense of reality. For example, she learns that rules are sometimes arbitrary and don't always make sense, that some questions don't have answers, sometimes you have to choose between two evils, and that her own identity and reality can be questioned. If a theme of the Alice stories is the journey toward adulthood, a sub-theme is that your responses to these reality-shifting situations shapes the person you will become. Beautiful ideas about our relationships, our society, our world, and ourselves are treasures, and we protect them as well as we can. Not all of these ideas stand up to the test of time and experience. They dissolve like cake in the rain, and we are left with an unappealing mess. The lovely treat is gone, but the truth, like the swords, remain. Acclimating to this new reality isn't always easy. In the end, though, they add depth to our souls, and by bringing contrast to our lives, they also bring richness to the complex beauty of life. So it's saying, something that we believe in, people we believe in, situations we believe in, they sometimes can be challenged, and they lose their significance, or they become as they say here, not all of these ideas stand up to the test of time and experience. They dissolve like cake in the rain, and we are left with an unappealing mess. So something we believe in can be challenged, changes. It could be relationships we're in, and all of a sudden the relationship changes or whatever. And it just says that, we have to, and then the lovely treat is gone, but the truth, like the swords, remain. So we learn from our whatever happens to us. We learn from sad events or tragic events. It shakes our world, but we still can go on because we have the knowledge. We now have gained the knowledge to move forward. I mean, that is a wonderful way of reading the Three of Swords. Now it does say, it does also, down the rabbit hole. Now this is a little more specific. In a reading, the card acknowledges and honors a hard truth that we have learned. Something precious, something we valued has been changed forever. We are probably deeply sad and heartbroken and even can't imagine how we will reclaim that bit of goodness that we've lost. We all survive these experiences, and even though things will never be the same again, we also adapt to our new reality. The human spirit has a great capacity to thrive, even though it feels like it's going to be a long time before you can move on. An important lesson to bring forward is to continue to hold on to the truth that you've gained. Hold on to it, but don't let it become a prison of bitterness or a weapon to keep things out. I mean, that is the best thing I've ever heard about the Three of Swords and all the stuff I've read. Now, I haven't read hundreds of books or anything, but I've read, probably about 10. And I love this interpretation. The key words are unwelcome knowledge, painful truths, heartbreak, heartache, betrayal, disloyalty, unfaithfulness. But painful truths. I think for me that's going to be my jumping off point for a Three of Hearts, for the Three of Swords. Painful truths. The Four of Swords. The Five of Swords. The faces on these, the people are they're kind of, they're a little they're not usually very finely crafted faces, but they're interesting faces for sure. Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, that's not very traditional. Nine of Swords, again, very traditional. And Ten of Swords, which is, of course, which I love this Ten of Swords. It's just that, you know, we've suffered, we've lost some things, but we've moved on. We've left it behind. We're jumping over the fence and we're going into the sun. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. A horse? No, that's a unicorn on top of a horse. Haven't seen that before. Queen of Swords. Serious. She's got a great expression on her face. And the King of Swords. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat in a wall. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. 3. Very Rider-Waite. Four of Pentacles. It's adorable. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. 8. 9. Who's got the bird and the flowers? Ah, 10 of Pentacles. The end of her journey. Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles. So here we go. I think, I don't know about this, but I love this deck. This book is really intriguing to me, and we'll be reading this book. Some books have made a impression on me, and one of them, I do like the Fountain book that comes with a Fountain Tarot. It's a little white book. It's a very little white book. I like that, and I mean, just from that one reading of the Three of Swords, I really I'm going to read more of these, and it's just a beautiful book. It's got a lot of information in it too. It talks about other stories, other fairy tales, and it brings it into the narrative. So this is a keeper. I don't think it was more than like $15 or $16 on Amazon. So it's kind of crazy what you can get. Especially, I mean, people buy these books and then they, you buy your cards and you put them away and you don't use them. I don't know. I think I'm definitely going to read the book, and I want to use these cards, if it's not for other people, for myself. Because I have a feeling about this deck that is really good. So that is the Wonderland Tarot. Tarot in Wonderland. You have to watch these because they have all kinds of different Alice in Wonderland, and then they have Alice, and then they have, so you have to look at the title carefully, and even more so, look at who's written it and who's illustrated it. That's how you can kind of, sometimes they have the same title. So this is the Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore, illustrated by Eugene Smith. It is a fantastic deck for any age, I would say. It's a Rider-Waite, similar to Rider-Waite, but I think the book is very special, as well as the cards. Well, have a great day. Don't spend too much money on books, tarot decks, or maybe you should. I mean, you go to the movies, how much you spend at the movies? Popcorn, the movie, $20, you can get a deck for less than that. A beautiful deck like this. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.